Okay, so the goal of this workshop is to look at an equation and sketch a line based off of this equation. We're going to use Desmos to do this. So I have my equation, which is y equals 3 over 2x minus 1, or 3 halves x minus 1. The very first thing I'm going to do is start with the y-intercept, or my b value, which is negative 1. Oops. If this was plus 1, it would be positive 1, but because it's minus 1, it's negative 1. We know that the y-intercept is where my graph crosses the y-axis. I'm going to find my y-axis and go down to negative 1. That's my first point on the graph. So from here, I can tell that my slope is positive because there's no negative sign. I know my slope's positive, so in general, it's going to be moving in this direction. I know slope is rise over run. So my rise is 3 over my run, which is 2. I'm literally going to rise 3 units, 1, 2, 3, and then go over 2 units, 1, 2. I'm going to do that one more time. 1, 2, 3. I rise 3, and then I run 2. Now I'm rising 3, running 2, because that's what my slope is telling me to do. After you have a few points, say 3 or 4 points on your graph, you are good to use the line function in Desmos and draw a line that goes through all of your points. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect as long as it's going through most of your points. So that is one example for looking at an equation and sketching a line. We'll do another one together. So I have here y equals negative 2x plus 1. Again, I'm going to start with my y-intercept plus 1. So that is where my graph crosses the y-axis right here. And now my slope is negative, so I know that in general it's going to be moving in this direction instead. And it's negative 2. Now remember, 2 can be written as 2 divided by 1. Or negative 2 in this case, divided by 1. So if it helps you think, to have negative 2 divided by 1 for your slope to make your graph, think of it that way. So I'm going to have to go down 2 units. So I'm going down 1, 2. And then my run is just 1 unit. So I'm going over 1. Again, I'm going down 2 units over 1, down 2 units over 1. Just as a reminder, I'm going over 1 unit because I can rewrite my slope instead of just being negative 2. I can write it as negative 2 divided by 1. And that kind of helps us see our rise over run better. Now I'll use the line function in Desmos once again. My goal is to get as many points in my line as I can. They should all connect. And boom, I've got my line based on my equation.